Hello and welcome back to SmartCAD Studio. Today we're going to be going over the basic lines and shapes as well as a few basic tools that you could use to start making your projects. So let's get right into it. So from last video, as we learned, we're going to go ahead and get into our AutoCAD drawing, and then we're going to go ahead and make sure that we save our drawing in our files, whatever file you want to save it as. And then we're also going to make sure we go ahead and save time, everything we learned from last video. And we're going to start going over our different tools that we will be using in this video. So first tool that we have is the classic line. So when we make a line, we just click and drag to however long we want to make our line. And there you go. There's your line. That's really all there is to it. So, for example, I'm going to show you an example of a box. So I'm going to make it 10 by 10 box or a square to kind of show you the difference between a line and a polyline because they are very similar, but they do have a little bit of difference. As you can see here on my line, the square made out of a line, they're all separate parts. But the difference between the line and the polyline is that the polyline is going to make our parts all come together. So I'm going to make another 10 by 10 square. I'm going to go ahead and draw that out. And as you can see, when we finish the square, when we click on it, it's a full box. Whereas when we click on line one, it's only one line that it clicks on. So that's really the big difference between polyline and line. So next we're going to make a circle. So all you have to do is just click where you want the circle and put in whatever number you want your radius to be. And there you go. There you have a circle. So if you want to make another circle inside that circle, just it will automatically bring up a center point and bam, there you go. That's all there is to it. So also with arc, next we have arc. So there's a lot of different types of arcs we usually could do, but I do usually do start center end for a basic arc. But it really depends on what you're doing in your project. Like if you're making a door or something, you might want to use a different arc. There is so many different types. So it just depends on what you're going to make. So next we have is like a rectangle. So it like automatically makes you a square. So you can type in also the same dimensions if you want. You just 10 tab 10 and that's pretty much it. So next we have an eclipse, which you can choose how wide you want it and then how long you want it to be, and there you go. That's an eclipse if you need to make that. Next up, we also have hatching, but we're going to go ahead and go over that in the next video and also make some plans as well. So we'll go over that. Next, we have move. So using move, it just moves your drawing wherever you want. So it's going to tell you to select your object. So you just go ahead, select it, press enter, and then pick the point that you want it to move it by, and there you go. Then you can move it wherever you want. And so that's it for that. Now next tool we have is copy. So copy, the same thing. You could use Control C, Control V, but Control C, Control V is only going to allow you to copy one object. Whereas copy, if you copy the object and you click enter, it's going to keep on copying that object. So click enter, take the point that you want to copy it by, and bam, there you go. You place one down, it'll bring up another one, and another one, and another one. So it just keep copying it instead of always having to press Control C and Control V. So that's what that does. We also have the tool stretch, which just moves it side to side. It doesn't really do much, it just moves it side to side. It's kind of like the move tool, honestly. That's how stretches. And yeah, The next tool that we have is rotate. So this is going to allow you to rotate objects. So you just click objects, click enter, click the placement that you want to rotate it by, and there you go. It rotates around the point that you picked, and you can place it at whatever place you want it. And there you go. As you can see, now it's rotated. So next tool that we also have is a mirror. I really love mirror. I think it will be your best friend, especially in architecture. So basically you just select the object, click enter again, and then click the point that you want to like mirror across. So as you can see here, it just copies the object, but like mirrors the exact same. So it's going to ask you, do you want to get rid of the original object? You say yes or no. If you say no, it's going to keep the original object, but if you say yes, as this example here, you say yes, it's going to get rid of that original object, as you can see, and it's just going to leave you the mirrored object that you already mirrored. The next tool that we have is scale. I really love scale. It allows you to make your objects smaller or bigger. So you just select objects again, select the point that you want it to make it bigger or smaller from, and bam, there you go. So you can make it however big you want, however small you want, just enter the value, and there you go. You can make it whatever way you need. Next tool we also have is the trim tool, but we will go over that next video because it's also very useful in architecture. Fillet we're also going to go over in the next video. So let's go ahead and move on to the tool array. So just click array and click the object and click enter, and there you go. It's going to bring you multiple options. So you could choose the amount of columns you want to do. You can choose the distance between the columns as well. You can choose how many rows that you want. You can make them closer or further apart. You can also choose the amount of rows that you want to do, and same thing with the columns. You can make it farther apart. You can make them closer together as well. Whatever you want. Those blue arrows also allow you to move it. Uh, Also allow you to move and control how many columns you want and how many rows you want. So you see enter, and there's our array button. And we also have another array, which is polar array. So here I'm going to make a circle. I'm going to make another circle from the center. And to show you how polar array works, it just puts it in a circle. So let's go ahead and click our polar array. And we're going to click our polar array. And we're going to click enter. And then we're going to click the center point of where we want our objects to go around. And bam, there you go. You can see that it goes in a circle. You could choose the amount of objects you want in that circle. You can also change the distance between them. Really, it's all up to you. So you can make them further apart, you can make them closer together. It's whatever you want. Array is a very useful tool if you have to make many things at one time and you just want to make it all at once. So that's it for that. The next tool that we have is offset, which we will also be going over in the next video because it comes really in handy. So after that, we have explode tool. So it's really helpful when you have arrays and you see when you click it, it's all together. You say you don't want it all together. You want to move one separate cube from the rest of the cubes. So that's when you click explode. You click on the array and you press enter. And now when you click it, they're all separate. So it's a really awesome tool, especially like when you have to make 20 things and you want them all to come in one package when you click all of them and they all come together. So next tool we also have is erase. So erase tool is basically like a delete. So if you don't have a delete button on your computer, erase tool is perfect for you. You could just click, enter, delete, click, enter, and delete. And yeah, but I find it quicker if you do have a delete button on your computer, just use to delete because you will be deleting a lot of things. And yeah, so next video, we're going to go over hatch, offset, all of those things, trim as well. And really, that's it for the video. So make sure to like, make sure to subscribe, and I will be seeing you guys the next video.